I need you to be driven!
Protecting me.
Step into the darkness with 10 brutal hidden horror gems streaming on Tubi. From pulse-pounding shocks to twisted tales of terror, these underrated nightmares will creep into your mind and linger long after the credits roll. Number 10, Ascension. Angela, a quiet teenager reeling from her mother's recent suicide, clings to routine as her fragmented family drifts apart. Her older sister Becca returns home from college with a strange new demeanor. Cold, erratic, almost not human. As their father buries himself in work and their youngest sister Chloe grows frightened, Angela begins to suspect that something ancient and evil has taken hold of Becca. Hallways whisper, lights flicker, and a strange presence watches from the shadows. What begins as grief morphs into something unknowable as Angela uncovers a horrifying force that feeds on vulnerability, drawing her deeper into a terrifying realization. What's left of her sister might already be gone, and what's taken her wears her skin. Number 9, 13 Ghosts.
What the hell was that?
After the sudden death of his enigmatic uncle, Arthur Criticos inherits a bizarre, all-glass mansion hidden deep in the woods. Desperate and broke, he moves in with his 2 kids and their nanny, only to discover the home is a living machine powered by dark rituals and ghostly torment. Beneath its sleek, transparent walls lie 12 trapped spirits, each more violent and grotesque than the last. When the mechanism awakens, doors seal, walls shift, and the ghosts are unleashed. 13 Ghosts is a blood-slicked roller coaster of supernatural horror, driven by the concept of a house built not to live in, but to unlock the afterlife itself. As the family races through the gears of this mechanical hell, survival means decoding the purpose of the 13th ghost before becoming it. Number 8, The Burrowers. In the harsh plains of the Dakota Territory, 1879, a group of settlers mysteriously vanish, leaving behind torn-up earth and unanswered questions. Believing it to be the work of hostile natives, a rescue party rides out, armed, angry, and unaware of what truly lurks beneath. As they journey deeper into uncharted land, they uncover something far older and far hungrier than any human threat. The Burrowers merges classic Western grit with slow burn creature horror, revealing a terrifying enemy that drags its prey underground alive. The film turns the myth of manifest destiny on its head, showing that the land they tried to conquer is not empty, it's feeding. Number 7, The Shrouds.
I made a career out of bodies. I'm so happy to be involved. It makes me feel so...
Grief-stricken and unable to move on, tech mogul Karsh develops a revolutionary yet disturbing device, a digital shroud that wraps around buried corpses, transmitting real-time footage of their decay. Obsessed with staying connected to his deceased wife, Karsh installs the device on her grave, turning mourning into a form of surveillance. But when multiple graves are mysteriously desecrated and hacked, Karsh is pulled into a surreal investigation that unravels the thin line between memory, identity, and obsession. Directed by David Cronenberg, The Shrouds is a cerebral body horror descent into technological grief, where love, loss, and innovation spiral into existential terror. As Karsh's reality fractures and the dead begin to speak through machines, the film probes how far we'll go to hold on to the past, even when it starts to rot. Number 6, The Blackcoat's Daughter. At a snow-covered Catholic boarding school in upstate New York, 2 girls, reserved Kat and rebellious Rose, are left behind during winter break, their parents delayed by a mysterious silence. As the days grow colder and the halls fall quiet, something ancient and malevolent begins to stir beneath the surface. Kat becomes increasingly disturbed by visions and a sinister presence that seems to whisper from the shadows. Meanwhile, a troubled young woman named Joan travels toward the school, haunted by a violent past and pulled by forces she cannot explain. Directed by Oz Perkins, the film unfolds like a fever dream, slow, chilling, and soaked in tension. It blurs the line between possession and grief, faith, and madness. Number 5. The Cleansing Hour.
Time to go off script.
Max and Drew are childhood friends turned viral sensations, broadcasting staged exorcisms to millions under the guise of a live underground priesthood. It's all smoke, mirrors, and streaming metrics, until one night their possessed guest becomes truly overtaken by a malevolent force. What begins as a scripted performance turns into a fight for survival as the demon hijacks their set, exposes their darkest secrets, and uses the live stream to spread its influence in real time. Directed by Damien Levesque, the film is a possession horror rooted in the voyeurism and vanity of internet fame. As their carefully crafted illusion crumbles, Max and Drew must confront their past sins while the demon tightens its grip. Number 4. Rampage.
On, Forrest! Now you're getting it! Fight, bitch!
Bill Williamson is a disillusioned 23-year-old suffocating under economic despair, media noise, and a world he sees as rotten to its core. Living with his parents and working a dead-end job, he quietly constructs an armored suit, stockpiles weapons, and prepares for something he believes will finally make people listen. When the day comes, he unleashes a methodical and ruthless assault on his small town, sparing no one and leaving chaos in his wake. Directed by Uwe Boll, Rampage is a stark, cold-blooded vision of bottled-up rage detonating into calculated carnage. With shaky cam realism and a chillingly quiet build-up, the film refuses to flinch from the consequences of unchecked fury. It's not just about destruction, it's about a man who believes the world deserves it. And once he starts walking, no one can stop him. Number 3. Stigmata.
This is a warning. I can't escape this.
Frankie Page lives a carefree, secular life in Pittsburgh until she receives a mysterious rosary sent from Brazil, one that belonged to a priest who died under violent, unexplained circumstances. Soon after, she begins suffering the stigmata, bleeding wounds mirroring Christ's crucifixion. As her body deteriorates under supernatural assault, the Vatican sends Father Andrew Kiernan, a former scientist turned priest, to investigate. What he discovers challenges not just his faith, but the very foundations of the church. Stigmata blends religious horror and conspiracy with haunting visuals and unnerving possession. As Frankie slips further into a trance-like state, she begins speaking in ancient tongues and delivering messages that threaten sacred power. Number 2. Borgman.
Dr. Baumgarten?
Ja?
Er is iets om ons heen, Richard. Iets wat bij...
In a quietly affluent suburb, an enigmatic drifter named Camille Borgman knocks on the door of a modernist estate and asks for nothing more than a bath. The husband, Richard, rousts him roughly, but pissed-off Marina welcomes him secretly into her garden shed. As Borgman insinuates himself into their lives, with his mysterious entourage in tow, he subtly warps the household's reality. The children obey him. The nanny turns against her boyfriend, and the veneer of family trust begins to crack. Borgman unfolds like a dark fable where the comfortable middle class is preyed upon by something ancient, sly, and unstoppable. The terror lies not in thunderous shocks, but in the slow corrosion of daily life as the intruder proves far more than human. Number 1. The Gift.
I think somebody's gonna try and kill me.
Messing with the devil's gonna get you burned.
In a sleepy Georgia town shrouded in moss and whispers, Annie Wilson makes ends meet with her psychic abilities, reading fortunes and channeling visions for skeptical locals. But when a young woman named Jessica King vanishes, Annie becomes the center of suspicion and desperation. Her disturbing visions reveal flashes of the crime, but the deeper she looks, the more danger circles her doorstep. Directed by Sam Raimi, The Gift is a Southern Gothic mystery steeped in dread, blending supernatural insight with the unraveling of dark domestic secrets. As Annie digs into the lives of those around her, she uncovers a web of deceit, violence, and betrayal that places her family in peril. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Brightwood. A couple in the midst of a bitter argument take a jog around a familiar forested loop As they try to leave, they realize the path always leads them back to the same spot, trapping them in a mysterious, inescapable loop. Time begins to warp and their reality fractures in unsettling ways. What starts as a quiet relationship drama turns into a paranoid descent into existential horror. The Wolf of Snow, Hollow.
You want to be sheriff? How about we start acting like one?
A string of brutal killings plagues a snowbound mountain town, with locals whispering of something inhuman behind the bloodshed. A troubled deputy battling his own inner demons is tasked with keeping order while uncovering the truth. Tension escalates as full moons rise and the killer strikes again. It's a blend of small-town crime thriller and eerie creature feature with razor-sharp wit. Starfish.
People are gonna die anyways, but our stories don't have to.
A grieving woman isolates herself in a snow-covered town after the death of her best friend. While alone, she discovers a mysterious mixtape that hints at a cosmic signal and a strange event unfolding outside. As reality slips and strange creatures appear, she must follow cryptic clues to piece together a deeper message. It's a haunting journey through loss, memory, and the end of the world. A dark song.
I need you to be driven!
Protecting me.
A woman consumed by grief hires a reclusive occultist to guide her through an intense, months-long ritual locked inside a remote house. The goal is to summon a powerful force that can grant a deeply personal request. As they endure the brutal process, the lines between faith, madness, and reality blur. The film is a slow-burning descent into psychological and spiritual torment.